Andy just said to Chris Hussey that I suppose what happens on Saturday, does it kind of make the difference between it being an okay week with a win and a draw, or being a very good week if you manage to take 3 points at the weekend?
Well, it's the next game becomes the most important one. Will it define our season? No. Will it finish off a week in a really good manner? Absolutely, with a win, and that's what we're going there to do, to try and perform well, to give out the best chance to get 3 points.
It's one of those weeks, I suppose, where you've played teams in different situations. Stevenage are perhaps struggling, so are Colchester, but you played a Harrogate team who were just bubbling underneath you. Do you approach them any differently at all?
No, absolutely not. Obviously, any team we play against, given the utmost respect, aware of what they want to do, but it's about us. It's about us implementing our game plan on them, and us being positive in our play, and being on the front foot, being aggressive, and we'll see where that takes us.
You talked previously about the need to perhaps work in the final third and get better at those things. Have you noticed that over the last 2 or 3 games?
Absolutely. I thought on Tuesday night we're getting to the final third more. We've been more creative individually and collectively. More balls into the box, more shots, goal, disallowed goal, which again we've looked back at and struggling to see why it was disallowed, but it was. So yeah, it's another area of improvement, as is the whole team. We're trying to keep moving this forward.
Is it difficult to coach things like those really fine margins that can be the difference between 3 points and 1?
No, because I think we've got really good staff and we've got players who want to listen, who want to improve. You can't always do the work on the grass. You've got to find a different way, whether that's through a meeting, a unit meeting, an individual chat, whatever it is. We've got to find a way. With the schedule, it's tough in terms of getting time out on the grass. So yeah, we're trying to be inventive, but the buy-in from the players has been excellent. I
just want to talk to you about the defence as well, the opposite end of the pitch. Brad Walker's sat in there, but he brought Aaron Martin in at different times. Is that the whole idea of finding different ways, not only to win games, but keep winning games when you're in front in matches?
Absolutely, it's trying to utilise the strengths of the players we've got for the benefit of the team. So I made the change on Tuesday night for the benefit of the team. I thought Aaron came on the second half and performed really well and dealt with the first ball really well. And when he had time to build the game up, he did that really well as well. So he's a really good example fundamentally to the young players, but a good example to every single player at Football Club, that he's not had a run of games at any stage really throughout the season. He went in, we kept clean sheets. He was ill, he came out. The team played really well at Carlisle. He got back in, kept a clean sheet. He came out again. He's playing well. And when he's needed, he's ready because of what he does 24 hours a day.
And that's professionalism, I suppose. No other way to describe it, really.
You can't buy the experience, the knowledge, the professionalism that he brings to the group.
Just one final thing I wanted to ask you about was the goalkeeping situation. I know Thomas Holy's had a few games now. Aidan Stone's had to be patient. Lucas hasn't been in the squad now. How hard is it at the minute to have what you'd consider 3 first-team goalkeepers and to keep them all happy with the situation that they all find themselves in?
Well, fundamentally, they all want to play, don't they? They all came to the football club to be number one. It's important that they're supportive of each other when they're not involved or they're ready on the bench. But no, Thomas has come in and he's progressing well. Lucas finds himself out of the picture currently because he's injured. So he's had a problem with his back over the last week or so. Hopefully that's progressing. But yeah, they've got to be supportive as we're asking every single player. You know, the goalkeeping department is unique. It's a specialised subject, so to speak. So yeah, the man who's got the shirt is playing, and we'll see where that goes. You know, every single player we've got is under pressure for the place. We've got real competition, and if their standards drop, someone's ready.
Cheers, thank you.
No problem.
Andy, you've got the momentum going with you in more ways than one into this game, and you've already said, but we're going towards the business end of the season, and 3 points are possibly more the objective, but you've got that momentum, and that takes you into a game, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And you know, the closer you get towards the end of the season, the noise and the stress level, it's a really big game. But so was the first game, so was the 10th game, so was the 12th. We were still playing for 3 points fundamentally. The closer we get towards the end of the season, I get what people's perspective changes. But as you say, we've got momentum. We're 9 unbeaten. We probably should have had more wins within those 9 games, absolutely. But it's the next game. It's about how we perform, and if we perform well, we'll give ourselves a chance of winning.
Your performances have been good, and your creativity is, but it's all about stretching the pitch, isn't it, really, whether you use the one up front or whether you that. And that can be very effective if you've got the support from midfield, can't you?
Absolutely, we're trying to find ways to win, which suits our players. So I think you can see that there's been an upturn in performances. We went through a spell where we didn't look like we were creating anything, and I think there's been an improvement over the last few games. So we're starting to take more responsibility, more risks, more penetrating runs with and without the ball in the final third, and giving the creative players the licence to go and play. But that's their job. They have to produce that. That's their role within the team. From an attacking point of view, they have to create, they have to assist, they have to score.
Is one of the disappointments for you and the club as a whole and the players the drop in return of goals, because you've created a lot of chances, you've already alluded to, that you're not getting the goals that you would like?
As long as we're creating chances, the goals will come, and I think that's where we've seen an improvement. Certainly over the last few games, we're starting to create more opportunities, and as whilst we're doing that, the goals will follow.
Tom Conlon, how far is he along the line at this moment?
Not available for tomorrow.
On that count then, so as we look towards Colchester, they are struggling, but they will see it as a game they'll be fighting for, won't they?
Absolutely. No, they find themselves in the bottom reaches of the table. It's got very tight at the bottom, so every game is important for them, just as it is for us. So yeah, they'll approach the game how they want to do it. We'll take care of ourselves.